again to Mondays with Marty. My name is Cassie, and this is my dog Marty. And today we are going to be talking about focus. Now, focus is one of the topics that causes owners a bit of distress. And the challenge is most dogs are actually pretty good at focusing. The problem is that the objects or things that they focus on are generally not what we as owners want them to focus on. Most of the time we want them focused on us, whereas our dogs want to focus on their environment. For example, if you're walking down the sidewalk and a squirrel shoots in front of you, your dog is naturally going to chase after that squirrel, unless you have helped your dog build value for you. Because that's really what it comes down to, is what your dog values. In the instance with the squirrel, if your dog chases the squirrel, there is a lot of value in that squirrel. Your dog will chase that squirrel until it either runs up a tree or he or she catches it. It's just an instinctual behavior in your dog. However, if you help build value for you by either becoming the funnest thing in your dog's environment or essentially a standing or walking pest dispenser of treats, you will help your dog to pick you over the squirrel that runs in front of them, or the dog they see on the sidewalk, or a dog in another room. And by building value for you, you do this through a couple different ways. You can either really engage your dogs in some different games that involve playing, or through the use of treats, which I'm doing now. So I have really good focus from Marty. We did do a little practice, so I had already built some engagement in him, but he knows that I'm going to give him treats if he sits here. So that's helping to build focus and value on me. Another way, which is really what I wanted to demonstrate today, because I think it's one of my favorite ways to help build value in my dog for me, is through a game called Catch Me If You Can. Now this is a pretty interactive game. You'll need some sort of a tug toy like this that you can throw a decent distance. But the whole goal of this game is to make your dog want to run after you. You're essentially going to encourage your dog to chase you. This is good for one, getting your dog to focus on you and what you're doing. And two, it really builds value in your dog to being close to you. So I have seen multiple times where we'll have a room full of dogs and we'll play this game, and every dog that's playing this game is fully focused on their owner and not paying attention to any of the dogs in the room, because it's fun. You're encouraging your dog to demonstrate a natural behavior, such as including chasing and tugging, while just encouraging them to have a good time with you. Now, enough talking, let's demonstrate. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this toy and I'm going to throw it down this game. So he has practiced it enough that he kind of knows the deal. So it might take your dogs at home a little while to pick it up, but we'll talk about that as soon as we're done. So, get the toy, kind of get Marty really engaged and wanting to chase this toy, drag it on the ground a little bit, and then I'm going to go. You ready? Go ahead. So I'm going to wait until he turns and looks at me, and then I'm going to run. So obviously we've played this before because Marty was expecting me to turn, but just wait them out, engage them, and then as soon as they get to you, grab the toy and start tugging, because this is the reward for them. They're getting to play with you, they're having a good time. Drop it. Good boy. And then you have them release. And he's ready to go. See? Look at that engagement. Sit. Good boy. Okay. Come on. Good boy. So and he's having a good time. He's really wanting to keep playing with me. This is one of his favorite games, and I like to play it a lot at home because it's easy, it wears me out, wears him out, and it's a good way to, again, drop it, build value for me because I'm fun. So now we've practiced this a lot, and he has pretty good focus. When there's a lot of dogs around, that's really kind of his kryptonite is dogs as opposed to furry animals. It's more challenging for him, but we've practiced enough at home that generally speaking, even if there's a bunch of dogs around, if we start to play this game or I run away from him, he'll chase after me no matter what, because we've just really encouraged this excitement for that type of a behavior. So now you can do this with treats. It looks a little different. I didn't bring any high value treats, but essentially you throw out a lower value treat, just throw a couple of them out, and then you take off running in the other direction. And the idea is that once your dog comes to you, you either give him a higher value treat or a toy, and encourage him to leave the treats and chase after you, because you are the valuable object. But this is a great game. It's super fun. If you have an island, you can play in your house around the island. You can have a tree in your backyard. You can play it around the tree. But it's a really great way to encourage your dogs to want to come and chase after you and be around you. And you're really fun. Start in your house and practice in your house, and then slowly move up to times that are a little more, where the environment has a little bit more stimulation. But so that's one way to try and start building value for you and encourage your dog to focus on you. There are lots of other ways to help build a foundation for the concept of focus in your dog. And if you are interested in learning some of those other skills or tricks to teaching that in your dog, feel free to check out the puppy classes that we sponsor with Claire Owings and Canine College. The information is on our website under the pet department, including the link to her website as well as her contact info. It's very much sort of positive reinforcement and concept training, such as what I just demonstrated. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and if there's certain topics that you're interested in learning about, let us know and we'll try and fit them in. And until next week, or 2 weeks from now, thanks for tuning in.